Pure electric vehicles rely on power batteries to provide energy to drive the car. When the power of battery is insufficient, it needs to be charged. Today, let's learn about charging operations of Geely EV300 and BYD Chin. Let's take Geely EV300 as an example. First, prepare before charging by opening the driver's door. And make sure the ignition switch is off. Pull the switch of the charging socket door under the seat. Unlock the charging socket door. Open the charging socket. There are two charging sockets. The left one is for DC charging, and the right is for AC charging. There is a charging indicator above. The second step is to check the home charging cable. First, take out the home charging cable from the car and put it on the workbench. Check if the whole wire is crack-free and intact. Second, check the back label of the home charging cable. RATED, input voltage AC, 220 volts, EP3W. Rated charging current is 8 amps. The third step is to connect the 3-hole plug. First, find a distribution box in the lab with a 3-hole socket inside, with a maximum current of 10 amps, which is greater than 8 amps, which meets the requirements. Second, find the power strip. The maximum power output of the power strip is 2500 watts. Voltage is 220 volts. The maximum current is about 10 amps, which meets the requirements. Fourth, connect the charging gun to charge. First, insert the charging gun of the vehicle charger into the vehicle's AC charging socket. The charging indicator light above the charging socket lights up. The indicator light of the home charging cable flashes. Open the driver's door. The instrument shows that it is charging. Second, press the lock button on the key remote control. Lock the door. Stand next to the charging gun and try to pull out the charging gun. The charging gun cannot be pulled out. It means the charging gun locking function is normal. People can leave the vehicle, and the car continue to be in the charging state. Fifthly, stop charging and observe the charging indicator of the home car charging cable. The charging indicator light is green and not flashing, or the green light turns off. Second, press the charging gun button and pull out the charging gun. Third, close the charging socket door. Fourth, collect the home charging cable and put it in the trunk. Fifth, press the lock button on the key remote control to lock the door. Take BYD Chin as an example. To demonstrate the use of a wall-mounted charging pile, the first step is to prepare for charging. Open the driver's door and make sure the ignition switch is off. Pull the switch of the charging socket door. Open the charging socket door. This vehicle only has an AC charging socket. Check the power indicator light of the wall-mounted charger. The second step is to connect the charging gun. Plug in the charging gun. 10 seconds later, the charging indicator light up. The vehicle instrument shows the charging animation. The third step is to stop charging. If you need to stop charging, press the stop button on the charging box. The charging box will stop charging. Press the switch button of the charging gun. Pull out the charging gun. Return the charging gun to the charging box socket. Close the vehicle's AC charging socket and door panel. In this way, we have completed this charging. Today, we charged Geely EV300 and BYD Chin. These two cars, we charged them with the car's charging cable and wall-mounted charging piles. Next, we need to emphasize the relevant charging precautions. First, pay attention to the current allowed by the 3-hole socket. The socket must meet the current requirements. Second, the 3-prong plug should be grounded reliably. Otherwise, the charging system may malfunction, which will affect charging and safety. Third, do not disassemble or modify the charging cable yourself. When charging with the car's charging cable, the model should be consistent with the original car. Fourthly, use the charging cable in a dry and well-ventilated environment. And keep a sufficient safety distance from flammable items. Fifth, during charging, pay attention to the heating of the charging plug and cable. If overheating occurs, this charging socket is not suitable for charging, or the charging cable is damaged. Stop charging immediately. Sixthly, don't touch the plug's contact area with your fingers or objects. 7. Avoid tripping over the charging cable. Pay attention to the mechanical load of the socket.